Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to First Cut. This is our spoiler review of the new Marvel show, Ironheart. We are here to break it down. I'm here with RB3. RB3, first thing we always do when we do a spoiler review, I want to get your general thoughts on Ironheart. What you think, man?
Ironheart, man, I loved it. Loved every second of it. It was one of the best Marvel TV shows that we had in a while. I honestly say probably the best one we had since Ms. Marvel season 1. You know what I'm saying? And it was a great story, great characters. The head showrunner, Shanaka Hughes. She was a poet, also USC graduate, fight on. And she is also just an amazing voice to add to this, for one, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but also to bring to life the story of an intelligent, smart, bold, but also funny and charismatic young woman who's played amazingly by Dominique Thorne. Everything about this character is great. I love her ambition. I love her flaws. I feel like she's one of the more flawed Marvel heroes that we've seen, and I appreciate that. I also appreciate everybody else in the cast. Anthony Ramos, if you know me in real life, Anthony Ramos is my guy. Shout out to Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. And of course Transformers Rise of the Beast. And he's just dope. He's dope in this part. Like, it's kind of crazy. I feel like they filmed this before he started doing like the Transformers movies and the Twisters and started really popping off as like a quote unquote movie star. I don't really know if he's a movie star or not. But I'll be interested to see his future in the MCU. Yeah, it was great. It was great all the way around. Homegirl played Natalie, was also phenomenal too. It was all really, really great casting across the board.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was pulling up the cast right now because I do want to give credit to where it's due. Yeah, Natalie was great. Her name is Lyric Ross is her name.
Yeah.
And she was awesome as well. I agree with that 100%. Yeah, overall the cast was amazing as well. Yeah, I gotta echo a lot of what you're saying, man. I really dug this show. I really enjoyed it, and I can't lie. It took me a sec to get into it. I think it was the first episode where I was like, all right, that's cool. But the next two definitely locked me in for the show, and it really invested me in a Marvel show that I haven't been invested in a minute. Like, it's been a while that I've actually felt drawn to the story. A lot of that is the characters, but I do think a lot of that is the story as well. The story felt different because we're already dealing with low-key, like a superhero, quote unquote, that's not really doing superhero stuff. That she's like stealing from rich people and just doing whatever the hell she wants. And just like hanging out with her mom and trying to do what she needs to do to make money. Which I was like, this is kind of refreshing. It's different. It's not something we've seen before. And I'm with you on Shanaka Hodge. I'm with you on her as well. I do feel like her voice is definitely significant. I listened to a lot of podcasts with her after the fact. I listened to the Proximity one that she does with Proximity Media, which is Ryan Coogler's company. And she did a podcast with them, and there's two versions of that podcast, one in production, one post-production or post show release. And it's fascinating. I highly recommend it, and you get to see a little bit of what she was thinking. And then I saw another one with the producers. One of them is also, again, a Proximity producer who produced Sinners and produces all of Ryan's films. I forget homie's name. I'm probably going to pull it up right now and see if I can make sure I get it in. But either way, I felt like the voices that were in the room were distinct and felt like you could feel it. You could feel the uniqueness of it. And that's something that really stood out to me. And I love the way she described Riri as being somewhat of an anti-hero. And she describes her as being an anti-hero, which makes all her decisions even more like make sense, I guess. It makes a lot more sense, and it makes you feel less like conflicted in the story, because I was like, okay, I kind of like this crew. Why we gotta fight though? And I think that's really good, and that's a really good way of showing conflict inside the story. So yeah, man, that's just a really good Marvel show. I really, really enjoyed it. Now let's get into a little bit of spoilers, man. What was your favorite moment in the show, and a moment that you really felt like hit hard?
I mean, the moment that hit me the hardest, and it's gonna get into spoiler territory here. But there's a certain for when we get introduced to a certain character at the end, right? But then there's a certain song that hits like as we're starting to get this flashback,
That's right.
and she's starting to see Natalie coming back to life, and then she's starting to get this flash forward. For one, I love the narrative structure of this show. Like it wasn't a traditional like narrative or temporal structure. Like they would do a lot of times with they would flash forward into the next scene before like finishing the scene that we were in, and then the end was just a great example of that with the whole Mephisto offering, "Yo, I'll take your soul if you want your friend back." This person she's been longing for the entire time, this entire series, but she just lost. She just lost for a second time again through losing through the AI. We saw the first time obviously through the drive by. So it's like, yo, it's just that was a heart wrenching moment, crescendoed into a really amazing cliffhanger. I'm like, yo, and oh man, it makes me so like I'm hoping and praying we get a season two, or maybe a follow up in the movie or something. But we just gotta see this because I love Luke Cage as well. Like Luke Cage is one of my favorite Marvel products also ever, and it's another Black-led series that ended on a major cliffhanger that just is completely unresolved. It's like, bro, I can't see this again. It's gonna break my heart. But yeah, that was my favorite moment in the series right there, the ending.
Yeah, I feel like the cliffhanger thing, I saw someone talk about this, that a lot of Marvel shows do this. And most of them, I don't think any of them have been announced for season two or have come back at all. And I think that's the problem with these shows, I think, is that you can feel the studio hand kind of being like, all right, you had your fun, you had your moment in the sun, it's time to go home. And it's frustrating because you do want a season two and you do want to see conclusions to storylines that were brought up in the very end. And I really do hope we get that. Before we get into anything else, you mentioned him. So what do you think about Mephisto coming into the story?
Mephisto is great. Mephisto's crazy, man. Shout out to Ryan Coogler producing this series right after doing Sinners. He's really leading it into his more I don't want to say satanic, but you know what I'm saying, the more darker elements that I don't think a lot of I'm being real, I don't think a lot of black people are really trying to really talk about or see, but he's putting in our faces and he's kind of doing it kind of well. I mean, he's kind of cooking, you know what I'm saying? I like how Mephisto was here. He was just producing it as just a normal dude played by Sacha Baron Cohen, who's an Academy Award nominee. I don't think people realize that Sacha Baron Cohen is a multiple Academy Award nominee for Borat and Borat 2. So it's like we're getting a pretty big gift for this character here. He offers Parker Robinson. I love how we introduce him in the beginning of the episode, and you're catching him catch people in like super desperate moments. So with Parker, he catches him in the middle of this heist. Everybody else is eating regular Chicago tavern style pizza. He's eating regular like not Chicago pizza. You're already like, all right, something's wrong with this guy. Like he's already kind of messing up. And then he makes the offer to Parker. Parker signs it. You see how it corrupts him. And then you're just like, you're kind of hoping Riri doesn't make the same mistake, but we see in the season the ultimate thing that's broken her this entire time. So yeah, I love Mephisto. I was curious to see if this is going to introduce like a Ghost Rider down the line. If we're going to get a new Ghost Rider, if they're going to give it the guy from Agents of Shield. But wait, what was your favorite scene in Ironheart?
Oh, that's a good question. Damn, what was my favorite scene? Honestly, I just like the entire dinner scene. I thought that was really well handled. Just the way that he's speaking to her and the way that he talks and the way that she's there in the moment. I also like her making the suit with her friends.
All the people, yeah. And it was like
with
that
friends
one,
and family.
that long take that was like going around the shop of them making this stuff. Yeah, that was great. After they got the car back.
Also, I did like the magic shop. That was dope. That
Oh
was
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Because it
yeah.
came out of kind of nowhere. You kind of like thought it was like a joke. Like she's like, "Oh, okay, they do spices and crystals," and then they
Right.
just like flip it on you, and they're just like
And
actually
doing
the
like
magicians.
magic.
And
You're right.
yeah, that was cool. I
What
think that might be my favorite. That and the making the suit.
which is very interesting because I feel like the show's like kind of distinguishing there's like sorcery and magic versus like witchcraft, which is like in Agatha and all that kind of stuff. Because that feels very
Yeah.
different. And I feel like if they would have made it the same, they probably would have crossed over the sister, from Agatha into here. But like because they're trying to be like, these are kind of different areas. She references Doctor Strange, and even when Riri's doing her thing in the magic Ironheart suit, like it's even looking like Doctor Strange kind of patterns. So it's like very different than like the witchcraft stuff we see in like WandaVision or Agatha. So I mess with that distinction. I like that.
I love that. I love the, like you said, the distinction and the difference between it. I like the clashing or the almost like the meeting of the
Hmm.
tech and the magic world, where it's supposed to be contradictory, but they're marrying it and they're putting them together and making sure that they mix somehow. And that it's almost kind of leaning more into it, obviously with the Mephisto reveal at the end of it. I thought that's really clever. That's a really cool way to bring in like almost to kind of like not undermine, there's another word for it, where you're kind of like surprising audiences with something that they might
Oh,
not
like
be expecting.
subverting. Like,
Subverting, that's the word. Damn. Subverting what you would expect from like a tech heavy show or a tech focused show, where the super science person doesn't care about the magic and doesn't believe it's going to be relevant to their technology. Which I saw Ryan say that kind of leads into Doom, Avengers Doom or Avengers Doomsday, whatever it's going to be called. But he mentioned like, oh, like he's also magic and tech as well, so maybe they'll
oh, I didn't
yeah.
think about that. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
think
said it on
about
the red
that.
carpet premiere. He mentioned that. I saw that on Twitter, where he's like, "Oh, we got Avengers Doomsday coming out, and he's the perfect like tech and magic guy." So we're kind
Right.
of speaking into that, so or
Now,
tapping into that.
that's great. That actually gets like that tickles my pickle a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like I kind of want to. I want to break that down more. But I mentioned Ghost Rider. They might be bringing in one. Rumors Ryan Gosling might be doing the Johnny Blaze thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the rumor. That's the rumor. That's the Twitter rumor. I don't know. I think they either do the Agents of Shield guy or maybe they make Parker Robinson from this show. Maybe they turn him into Ghost Rider. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Ramos. And think about Anthony Ramos. He's not a no name. Anthony Ramos is not a no name. Like
yeah,
having Anthony Ramos playing Ghost Rider would be kind of crazy. Like, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
he's just like, yo, I need to make one more level up. I got to get my brother John back. For one, the fact that Riri let John suffocate in that
That
building.
was
Like,
cold, bro.
hey,
That was messed up, bro.
it's cold. She had to do. She had to do. She at the end of the day, she from Chicago, baby, South
Yeah, but you
Side.
could have like
Like,
pulled him out and then like killed him more mercifully. I was like, damn, this is a effed up way to go, bro.
yeah, I mean, after, he might not be dead though. You never know. He might not be dead.
Well,
Like,
seeing that you said that, I
mm.
actually heard what you said, but the opposite. What if it's
Oh,
John who's Ghost Rider? Because we know homie's
oh,
Latino as well, and Ghost
mm-hmm.
Rider's Latino in the comics now.
Mm-hmm.
He's Robbie Reyes for anyone who doesn't know. I personally, I love Robbie, man, and I know I've only seen him in a couple stuff, and I've only like maybe read like one or two Ghost Rider runs with him.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Robbie. I love him, and I know that would kind of undercut what I'm saying right now. But I do hope it is Robbie. I just think it's cool, and if anything, that's the kind of the car he rides is Riri's car or
Mm-hmm.
Riri's stepdad's car. Um,
Oh,
that is kind of the car.
crazy.
It's almost exactly like it, almost exactly.
Mm.
Um, but I just love Robbie Reyes, and he's coming out in the new. And I know that has nothing to do with it because it's separate, but he's coming out in the new Marvel video game. Did you see that? The new Marvel fighting game,
Oh, the rivals.
Japanese guy. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
not
Marvel Rivals.
Rivals.
Uh,
Is he in Rivals?
I
He
don't know.
might be in Rivals. He's coming out in the new Japanese Marvel game, like the
Uh,
Japanese fighting game, and it's specifically Robbie. Like he says, "I'm Robbie. I'm from LA," and he
he's
drives.
from LA.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
from
okay,
LA.
okay.
Yeah, he's supposed to be from LA, like a Mexican dude from LA.
Hey,
Yeah,
wait,
bro.
hold up.
Yeah,
What
you didn't
about?
know this? Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
nah.
He's a Mexican dude from LA who like loves cars. Yeah, yeah.
Oh shoot, it's like Fast and Furious all over
Yeah,
again.
for
You
real,
know what I'm
bro. That's
saying?
why I
I
want
like that.
Robbie. I just like I would hate it if it's Johnny. I would
Yeah,
hate it, hate it.
they're saying
Um,
Johnny Blaze. They're saying Ryan Gosling. That's the rumor. That's the
that'd be
rumor. But
terrible. That'd be terrible. But I do feel like this can lead to that more magical characters appearing and stuff. And I know the girl who plays Zelma, who's the magical
yeah,
girl,
Regina something something.
Regan Aliyah.
Regan something. Let's say
I
Regina.
think it's
Regan.
Regan Aliyah. I think is her
Yeah.
name.
Yo, I have a homegirl. Shout out to her. I don't want to say her name. Because people are weird. But she looks exactly like this homegirl who I was in this show. To the point that I
No
literally
way.
had to like Google for a second. Like, yo, is this home? Like, hold up. Like, with the
Yeah.
glasses and everything. Like, I was like, yo, they found the twin of my homegirl for real,
It's
from high
crazy.
school.
She was
Yeah.
great, man, and I hope we do get
Yeah.
more of her and more of the magical world. She was talking about maybe doing like a full magic show, which apparently was a rumor a year ago, that Marvel was gonna make like a magic.
Oh, like a Strange Academy kind of
Yeah,
thing?
that's what it
Like,
was, Strange Academy, like a
yeah.
Strange Academy show and make it more about magical characters and stuff like that. I think
Yeah.
that'd be dope.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it wasn't even a rumor. I heard they like brought a pilot like for
Oh no
Strange
way.
Academy. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
okay.
but I don't know if they. I think that was during that era when they were doing a lot of TV, but I don't know
Yeah.
if they are still doing that now. But yeah,
Yeah, but either way, I love what the idea. I don't know necessarily love Mephisto, but I love the idea of what he represents, right? More magical
mm,
characters, more leaning into that world. I've been saying this since 2016, since I saw Doctor Strange. I just think that world is more ripe for good stories, and that's why I've kind of been disappointed as far as how Marvel has dropped the ball a lot on that. But hopefully they're able to pick it back up, especially with this new reveal at the end of the show. Speaking of which, I want to get to Parker because we have to talk about Parker. What'd you think about Anthony Ramos, man, as the villain in the Hood?
I'm a big Anthony Ramos fan. I love him. I think he's funny. I think he's great. I thought he was having a lot of fun just chewing up the scenery. Especially towards the end, like after Robbie died, after Johnny died. See, he got me calling him Robbie.
Yeah,
After his cousin John died, or whatever, his brother John died. He like started wilding out. I forgot what he did. He punched or he hit somebody inside of his little squad or group. I was like, dang, they're like, you wilding. He was like, I'm wilding. Y'all fired. I was like, okay, this is very, it's very angry. It's very angry machismo right here. Like, I kind of like this energy. But yeah, no, he was good, man. You just see he just stuck in the crossroads. The cape was corrupting him. The hood was corrupting him, you know. So, and then again, all the Mephisto stuff. His storyline didn't really go anywhere, which, you know, again, it's a series, and I don't think they didn't really they anticipated this story going on for a lot longer. I think, you know what I'm saying. Just in the vacuum of like a one season show, there's so much that's like unresolved that I'm kind of like, you know, I would love to see it resolved in a season two. Like I'm praying for a season two. I don't know if they're doing a season two, so it kind of makes me a little bit worried about that. But yeah, I mean, he didn't get a full arc per se, but the arc that we did see of like, you know, him getting possessed by the hood and having the hood taken away and all that stuff. I mean, it was all dope. It was all firing on all cylinders to me.
yeah. I'm curious how you feel about or how you felt about his villainy, supposed villainy. Because for me, I was Team Parker like the whole time,
Mm.
up until the end. Obviously, I feel like the last two episodes
Uh,
is really when they ramped it up. But
right.
he was supposed to be a villainous dude by episode three, and I'm like, he killed the rich guy, and he killed. I'm like, all right, I still rock with him.
Yeah.
I think it's the when he lost me was when he started controlling Alden Ehrenreich.
Right.
I was like, all right, bro,
Yeah.
you a whole villain now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't be
He
doing that,
started.
bro.
Yeah. He started doing white slavery. Like, you can't just do white slavery, dog.
Yeah, I
Like,
was like, bro, you can't
nobody
just
likes
make
that.
puppets and stuff. That you're a full villain.
Yeah.
Like at first, we were like,
Oh yeah.
he steals from rich people. You know, he's not that bad, but
Yeah.
and he's not really crazy. Like when Riri was like, "Oh my God, he's dangerous. He shot that guy in the shoulder." I'm like, "He shot a guy in the shoulder, bro.
Yeah, that's I didn't.
He
Yeah, the
saved your
shoulder
life."
thing. I was gonna say, yeah, like you said, the first 3, 4 episodes, I was like, I don't
Yeah.
really care. And
And
honestly,
Riri
I
was
didn't.
scared. She was like, "Who is this guy? He's scary." And I'm like, "Is he
Yeah,
scary? He's just like a dude."
right. Well,
So
they tried to make him scary by showing all these like back shots of him with
yeah,
like these veins growing out. You're like, okay, he's obviously going through something, but
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I didn't really bite the dust on that.
Yeah, and he was
Um,
like talking like mad love to Riri, like to John. He's like, "Oh, Riri's dope, man. Look at her. We can
yeah,
do anything with Riri, man. She's awesome, man."
yeah,
And she's like talking shit behind his back,
yeah,
being like, "This guy's a psycho. He shot a guy in the
yeah,
shoulder." And I'm like, "What? This
yeah. Nah,
guy's
I
good, man.
mean,
He's a good dude." And then
yeah, he's
obviously he's not a good dude at the end, and we find out that he's compensating for so much insecurity and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I mean, well, I
yeah.
don't think. See, that's the thing. I don't think he was. I don't think he was a bad person. I think he was an okay dude. Like I think same thing that like Riri's an okay person. Like I don't think Riri is necessarily like
Again, you
a
lost me at
hero.
controlling people.
Well,
I
yeah,
was like,
that
bro,
one.
you can't just control dudes, bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
just be
That
like a puppet. That's when
that
you
that
a
one.
villain. That's when you a villain. I was like, all right, bro, you
Yeah,
lost me.
that one didn't
I
make me
can't root
that.
for you.
That one, yeah, that one I didn't care as much about. I care when he like fired everybody else. So I was like, dang, how you gonna fire everybody? Like they've been rolling with you this whole time, and
That's
you ain't
true.
even
Yeah,
gonna pay
that
them their
too.
paper. Like you at least gonna hit them with that first payment, like the payment that's due on the first. Like at least hit them with
Yeah.
that. But yeah, no, I like Parker. I like the. You mentioned Alden Ehrenreich. Totally forgot to mention him. I loved his
Yeah.
role in this. I
Yeah, he
thought he
was
played it
great.
so funny. Like I like the idea of him playing Ezekiel Staines, like Obadiah Staines' son, like him trying
Mm-hmm.
to eradicate the legacy of his father, but then I ultimately kind of ended up leaning into
Falls
it,
into
like
it. Yeah.
in a way. I like that. Apparently, that's like also a character in the Riri Williams like comic books as well. So I just like that they integrated that. But it's also just it's a nice tie-in for all the people who just be hating on Twitter that are like, oh, this isn't Iron Man. Where's the Iron Man? Like they give you the Iron Man connection through that. Like have something, you know what I'm saying? And it's again, I thought it was clever. I thought it was clever. But yeah, I thought he was great. And you know, I do think this show like for an hour or I don't know, like 40 minutes or something like that, episodes 30, 40 minutes or whatever.
45, 40.
45, 50-ish. Yeah, a lot of comedy. I'm pleasantly surprised by the amount of comedy. Like when Alden Ehrenreich was like fighting his neighbor who kept like chipping at him, and then like, and then he gets locked up, and then Riri Williams comes up and is like, "Where is he?" And she's like, "I knew he was bad news. I could never trust him." Da da da. And then and then he gets out of prison, starts wilding back at her, but his tech don't even work no more. It's just funny. It was like so many funny things. It was like back to back to back with that whole storyline. Like.
Yeah, I also gotta give a shout out to the crew, man. I thought the crew was great.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
I was rooting for all of them. I was like, they're low key like good people.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
hang out with them anytime.
yeah.
Which is why I was kind of when they were fighting, I was like, don't fight.
Right.
Um, but everything was pretty
Snow.
fair.
Right. The lady from the drag queen
Yeah.
show. I never watched it.
Clown, the ball maker,
Yeah.
um, the two sibling fighters. Who else was there?
Yeah.
Um,
Slug. Roz. Jared. And then oh Eric Andre. Eric Andre for the one
oh, that's right.
episode
But
kind
he
of had cameo,
it's more
but
of a cameo, yeah.
yeah, still it's funny to see Eric Andre in a Marvel property. Yeah, who would have expected that? I was like a fun little surprise.
Yeah. I actually like I don't know. I if you find out, bro, someone like executed someone, I'm not saying go kill them, but I low key
Yeah.
was like, are they wrong to be mad at Riri right now? Like,
I mean,
are they wrong? I don't know. I mean, obviously you should talk it out.
right.
But that whole scene, I was like, all right, who's got the upper hand as far as like who's morally superior? Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, nah, but
But
Riri hit him with that tech, man. That
yeah,
automatic bulletproof bubble joint that she
yeah,
did. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I like that. I like a lot of tech that they integrated. I like that they made another callback to that flashback vision projection technology that they had
Hmm.
in Civil War, and then they had in
Barf.
Spider-Man Far From Home, and now they brought it back in here again. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, again, another Iron Man through line that they keep trying to
Hmm.
connect to. So yeah, very nice ways that they connect all those bubbles.
Speaking of which, we mentioned her in the beginning, so we have to talk about her as well. We can't leave without talking about her. Natalie, how'd you feel about Natalie? The idea of conceiving your best friend as your AI, your dead best friend who was killed in front of you. A lot of moral questions in there, but she had so much personality that you kind of forgave the moral questions. How'd you feel about that
Yeah.
whole push and pull and her with her brother, not wanting to see her alive or not wanting to see a version of her alive? How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean that was deep too. That was deep too. I mean, and that whole part comes from like the brain scan that AI do, which by the way, apparently is actually a real process that some AI models use to like train on people. Is like they do actual brain scan while somebody's sleeping, and then like copy brain patterns or whatever of that person. Anyway, so like they kind of based that on like somewhat of a real thing. Of course, they made it sci-fi and it made it a real person and stuff like that. I think it's such a fascinating conversation. I don't even think they realized how pertinent, how I don't know how to say it, but like
Pertinent.
how pertinent, yeah, how important of a conversation that would be as they were filming it. Like I think they probably filmed the show in like 2022, 2023. Like in 2025, this conversation is actually kind of meaning more now than ever before because there are whole people, I know entire people who are using ChatGPT as their therapist. Like literally, no exaggeration. Like people are talking back and forth with ChatGPT as if it's their therapist. People are projecting, people are doing that thing where, they put old
Her.
photos of people into the AI and make it moving again, have them say words. And then it's like, oh, shoot, it kind of looks like my old friend again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people are doing that a lot. And it's kind of weird, but that's what the conversation is. I feel like it's very deep of Ironheart to kind of dive into it. Even, I don't even think they really dove into it as deep as we are currently going through it right now in the current moment. But it's really deep stuff, for sure.
It's super deep. It's very complex. It's not a simple answer. I know Black Mirror did something similar, like in season one, I want to say,
Mm,
of Black Mirror. Um, just the idea of bringing a relative or a loved one back in some way,
mm,
through memories or something like that. But it is very complex. It is very complex because the concept of it is supposed to be relief,
mm,
and healing in a way, but at the
mm,
same time, it's based on not reality. It's based on fabrication,
mm.
something that's digital and not real.
Right.
And the idea of falling too deep into that relaxation, into that relief, from trying to heal from your trauma, might lead to even deeper disconnect from reality, which is already what we're seeing nowadays. It's just
Mm.
incredibly deep, bro. Like I don't know. It really is becoming more and more real. So
And then the difference, and then it's like, you know, the difference in Riri creating an AI that's like visibly Natalie, visibly her, speaks like her, versus just the brother just incorporating a voicemail into a song is like, yeah, they're both representing Natalie digitally, but to completely different scales, right? And it's like, but it's a very interesting question. Like, is that, are they doing the same thing? Is it different things? Like, where do you draw the line
yeah.
on living in the past and recreating the past through art, or in Riri's case, through technology?
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, obviously, I'm sure a lot of people have a stance who are listening right now. I think I generally have a stance, but I'm still open to learn more. But my first impression was like, oh my God, what are you doing? You can't be doing this. That's not
Mm,
right. Because that's not her. Um, it's not. It's just not. And as close as it's gonna get, it's just eventually not gonna be her. It could be a inspiration of her, but it will never be her. So. Yeah, it's
mm-hmm,
very complex, but I do feel like Lyric, I think was her name, was what it was,
mm.
Lyric
Lyric
Ross,
Rose, Ross, Lyric Rose.
um, just brought so much personality to it that it, like, I think even Riri says it. She's like, yeah, I hated it, but she grows on you because she's just so likable,
All right,
that you just kind of like her, you just want to hang out.
yeah,
So you accept it more because of her personality. Um,
yeah. Like
so it's really interesting.
I need both of them in Doomsday or Secret Wars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need their
That's my next
voice.
note. Let's get to the future of this, man. Where do we see this storyline going, whether it's a season two or not? Where do we see the MCU going in general when it comes to using these kind of characters in the future?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think my hypothesis is that they're going to keep the movie universe and the TV universe kind of separate. But they're probably going to have some crossover, maybe in Doomsday, maybe in Secret Wars, something like that. But I'm pretty sure all the other TV characters are probably going to get their own thing, and all of the movie characters are probably going to stay in the movie side. But I think the TV characters, I think they're not going to make individual shows anymore. If I had to guess, they're probably going to make Riri, Kamala Khan, Kate Bishop, all them little ladies,
Wiccan.
Wiccan, you know what I'm saying? Probably do a little Young Avengers type situation. Do a little TV show like they did the Defenders back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And then I will see if that's successful. if it's better than Defenders, that's a success. You know what I'm saying? Like Defenders was not the greatest. Like
It wasn't.
let's be real. But if they do like a little Young Avengers or they maybe a Champions, I guess they call it Champions, Marvel Champions. If they do that and that's successful, then maybe we actually do see a season 2 of a lot of these characters. Maybe, but and maybe we do see them also again pop up in Civil. I do think they might. We'll see at least some of these characters pop up in Secret War, but maybe not all of them. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be kind of maybe just because I'm a sucker for investment and I'm
Mm,
like I'm investing my time. I
mm.
want to see these characters on the big screen, bro.
Yeah,
And I know that's selfish of me, but at the same time, I feel like that's kind of what you sold us on.
yeah,
You can't just leave us hanging now, even if it's a few of them, even if it's just a few. It doesn't have to be all of them. Um, and I think this is going to be sadly based on star power. It should be based on character, in my opinion.
yeah.
But maybe I just feel like they have to bring Kate Bishop back just because it's Haley Steinfeld.
It's Haley
Uh,
Steinfeld. They're
yeah.
definitely bringing back Moon Knight because it's Oscar Isaac.
See, are they though? I feel like I feel like if anything, they've ignored Moon Knight quite a bit, and they've ignored Kamala a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
I feel like they've just disregarded Kamala completely, especially after the Marvels, which is ironic because she's the best part of that movie.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. It just feels like Marvel's so reactionary right now that that's why that Ryan Gosling thing about being Johnny Blaze doesn't surprise me because that's the kind of moves that they're making now. It's like the safe, like good-looking white guy um, playing roles that shouldn't be played by them anymore, or should just be more a little more creative. Um, it just feels that way, man. I mean, we've talked about this before with the RDJ stuff, returning and Deadpool and Wolverine being like a mega hit. It just feels like
It's
Marvel's
like
very
with something.
scared. They're scared of like, oh my God, we can't put a brown girl in a movie again. You see how much money that movie made? It bombed. Like they're blaming they anytime that happens, you know that happens, bro. They blame
Yeah,
the person of color. They blame the black director.
yeah,
Um, so instead of the
yeah,
under marketing and the crazy studio editing that
yeah,
clearly took place inside that movie. So I don't
yeah.
know.
Marvel
I'm
is
talking too
crazy.
much crap, but I do feel like we have to have a clear put your foot down kind of emphaticness to put these characters somewhere in one of these
Mm.
movies. That's just my opinion. But I do think your idea is more plausible, which is a TV show with a team up. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do think a TV show. I do think people. I think you're right though. People's star powers is going to be a factor because I do think Haley Steinfeld's a star. I do think again. I don't know. They have ignored Moon Knight, but I can see with this weird Doom like multi universe thing. I can see Moon Knight somewhat like playing in there, and I just know Disney loves Oscar Isaac. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like they just want to have him there. Who else is a TV character that down it? Of course, Loki's gonna be there, of course. But
is
yeah, I think he was in the chairs,
oh,
like when they
you're
announced the
right.
chairs. Yeah,
My bad,
so
my bad.
yeah, so it's like it's definitely gonna be some of those guys. But
Kamala,
yeah,
Kate, who else did you mention? Kamala, Kate,
I mean Riri,
Wiccan, Riri,
Weekend, yeah. Um,
Hulk's surprise son.
no, I don't think Hulk is gonna. But
No,
well,
his
maybe
son.
the sun. You know they did have that. Did you see that concept art that leaked? That had leaked on Reddit?
Oh, I did. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with
Yep.
the and
With
they
Kate
had
Bishop
the
there?
yeah, it was like Kate Bishop, Kamala, and then it was like Chris Pratt and like all of
Yes,
that.
I
Like
did see that.
that was one picture, and then the other pictures you see the one that was like the planet Hulk, like a bunch of
No.
Hulks on one planet. So yeah, they had a leak. They had a concept art in that same leak that was like Hulk, and then it was She Hulk, and then it was like maybe it was the sun too, but it was like a planet full of Hulks, but there was like in looking like 19, like some like 1400s like Renaissance fair or something like that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like so maybe some
Cool.
different universe. You know what I'm saying? So I can maybe see if they are doing a Planet Hulk or another weird Hulk thing. Maybe I can see She Hulk popping up. You know what I'm saying? If it's like that specific, but yeah, I don't know. Riri it just makes it tough because I don't know if Dominique Thorne's like a huge star right now, um, and I don't know how much of success. But if they look at the streaming data and it's like, yo, Ironheart streaming amazing, numbers are crazy, we gotta put her in. Disney, Disney's all about the Matrix, all about the numbers. So when Moana when Moana was like the #1 movie for like 2 years in a row, they greenlit Moana 2 like overnight type thing. So they know what the numbers look like, and hopefully people stream Ironheart. People watch Ironheart. If you're watching this review and you haven't watched Ironheart, I definitely personally recommend it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's one of the greater ones. You did a ranking
I
of
did,
your
yeah.
favorite Phase 5s. I apologize. I haven't watched it. But
Oh, you haven't? Oh, damn.
no, I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? But what was your ranking of Phase 5?
Oh, okay. I'll say it right now.
Just so I don't know, because I don't even know what Phase 5 is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I did movies and TV shows all together. So it's
where does it start and where does it end? Like Phase 5.
it starts at 14. Um,
But I mean, like, what movie was the beginning of Phase 5? Like,
oh, the beginning of Phase 5. I have no idea.
okay,
I didn't
I
do
was
it in order of release. I just did it in my preference.
got you.
I could tell you my list if you want it, bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hella
Tell me.
controversial.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's like, I mean, you know what it is at this point, bro. You know what my
Yeah.
list is. Um, at the bottom, I put Quantumania,
Okay.
because that
Okay.
movie's trash.
Right.
It's basically almost tied for me with Deadpool and Wolverine
Fair. That's
because that
facts.
movie's trash. And then I told you I saw Brave New World. Holy shit, that movie's trash. Did I
Oh.
tell you this or who did I tell?
No, you told me. You told me you thought it
Oh,
was
okay,
trash.
okay.
I know it's that bad for you.
It's bad, bro. That shit is bad. And then Secret Invasion was terrible.
Mhm.
What
Of
If?
course.
Not good. I don't. If I'm not,
Oh
I just
man.
can't get into that show.
Oh
Uh,
man.
the most controversial one at number 8, I put Daredevil Born Again. Um,
Mm,
I
that's
just felt
fair.
like, man, did you see it? We never talked about Daredevil, bro.
We didn't talk about
I
Daredevil. You're right.
reviewed it for Geeks of
But-
Color, and
Yeah.
I was talking about how disappointed I was that just Netflix just set a high bar, and season 3 set a high bar, and Disney just dropped it, bro. Just
Yeah,
dropped it.
yeah. Whether Disney find it, it's a different thing. I really wish they wouldn't even call it the same Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? I wish they had complete reboot. Same actor, but complete reboot.
I kind of agree, man. Just because it was just not good. It was just not good. I didn't feel it at
Yeah.
all. Then I put
And that
Echo. I thought Echo was okay.
okay.
Um, then I
I,
put
I I have some
go
thoughts
ahead.
about Echo, but I'll tell you that when
No, go for it, bro.
no. After you, after you.
Number 6, I put the Marvels. I thought it was fun.
Oh
I've talked
wow,
about it
6.
before.
Okay.
Hey man, it's better than
Oh,
Secret
it's
Invasion.
better than okay, but it's better than Brave New World, bro. Like, come on, man. It's better than Brave New World.
Rewatch
Like,
Brave New World, man. That movie
I
was
mean,
bad.
Brave New World.
Uh,
Okay.
and then Loki season 2 at 5. Uh, I put
Okay.
Ironheart at 4.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
pretty high. I think it's high.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Thunderbolts at 3.
Yeah. Yeah. You
You know
cooking.
what? The most surprising one, Agatha at
Agatha?
2. Agatha at
Whoa, you
2.
like Agatha that much? Like, dang,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Whoa, what's
Yeah,
up
we
with
talked about it a
Agatha?
little bit, but yeah, man, it won me over. There's a couple episodes that are whatever, uh,
Mm,
but it finishes strong, man, and that's all I can ask for with the show. We haven't had a strong finish since Agatha, and then obviously Ironheart came along and had a strong finish.
yeah.
But after Secret Invasion, everything's a strong finish. Um,
Yeah.
and then Guardians 2
Sorry.
at 1.
Oh, okay. Guardians 2. No Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man in that
Yeah, I
ranking, huh?
talked about it in the video. I didn't see it, so I couldn't rank it. So
That's a good one.
yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah, I'll
That's a
have
good
to
one.
see. I'll have to check it out. But what were you gonna
Yeah.
tell me?
Uh, we was talking about
Echo?
Echo. Yeah, they fight. They. I don't know what happened, but they got my man's up out of there. Who did the music for it? He was supposed
Oh,
to do the
that's right.
music
You did
for it.
tell me that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to have a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth for that one.
Yeah.
If I had to do a quick, like off the top ranking of this, and I don't know if anybody cares, but I'm just do one real quick. I'll probably go. Yeah, you're right. Number 14 is definitely Quantum Avion. Number 13 is definitely Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, that's barely a movie. It's like,
Barely.
come on now.
Not even.
Barely. And 12, Secret Invasion was just atrocious.
Terrible.
Not even watchable. Number 11, the Marvels I did enjoy, but I got to put that one. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I put What If at number 11. What If is number 11. Then I'll put Echo at number 10. And again, bad taste in my mouth because of the way they did my man. So I got to put Echo right there, that low. Even though it was okay show, actually decent show, but
That's what I
uh,
said. I was like, it's decent.
Yeah, decent show.
Yeah.
But I ain't. Yeah, I can't. They disrespected my man's. And then number 9, definitely got to go with the Marvels. So at least the Marvels in the top 10 spot. Number 8, I would definitely go with. Yeah, I think you're kind of on the money, man. Daredevil, Born Again. It was like kind of right there. It was good. It was good, but it wasn't great. Number 7, I like Captain America: Brave New World, man. You know what I'm saying? I thought it is mostly a bad movie, but I think like there's a good 45-minute chunk in there where it's like kind of great. Like, like where like between, you know, the president assassination and like, Sam Wilson trying to figure all that out to him getting on the plane and, fighting the missiles, all great. That's like kind of fire. But it just fumbled the bag everywhere else. And then quickly, number 6, I'll probably go Agatha All Along. Number 5, Loki season 2, and then Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and then Ironheart. Thunderbolts is probably number 2, and then number 1 is Guardians 3, of course.
Yeah.
Like, we pretty much got the same ranking, basically.
For the most part, yeah.
But yeah, Daredevil, you're right. Daredevil was cool. It just wasn't what it needed to be. Especially if you know, you know. And I really don't want to. Now people are saying Mephisto is going to be a storyline in Daredevil season 2. Like, apparently that's the rumor. I don't want to see that either. Like if you saw Daredevil season 3, like they're having real conversations about Catholic, ideology, Catholicism, amazing convos about that. Don't muck up the waters with all this like fake magic MCU nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of make me mad, honestly.
Yeah, and knowing them, they'll probably will, man. I mean, I just don't feel like they respected the character of Daredevil, or the show that came before, man. The show that literally crafted this whole thing. You wouldn't have a Daredevil Born Again if it wasn't for the original Netflix show. And I just felt like, I don't know. It's just too big of a shadow for you to try to just casually stroll in. So that was my perspective. But any other thoughts, RB3, before we take off?
Nah, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I like Ironheart. I
Yeah,
love Thunderbolts. Actually, Marvel's kind
good
of on a
point.
little bit on the win streak right now. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna
Like,
say that too. Yeah.
yeah. So I and then people don't talk about X-Men '97. I guess we didn't talk about it in our ranking, but X-Men '97 is
I don't
also
know if that
like,
I don't know if that counts.
oh, they don't
Apparently it
count as
doesn't
the.
count. Yeah, because it
Okay.
wasn't on the official sites or whatever that I checked, before
Okay.
I
See,
made
I
the
was on
list.
Wikipedia. That was on Wikipedia, so that's why I
Oh,
said like
okay.
a friendly neighborhood, whatever. But they didn't have X-Men '97 on there either, so whatever.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Yeah, nah, but they're on the win streak, man. Fantastic Four looking pretty good.
If
Who
it's a good
knows?
movie,
Like,
man, that's three in a row.
yeah. So we could see. But I'm excited to see Superman too. I know you saw it, but I'm gonna see it on Thursday. It's gonna be up. It's gonna be up tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I was thinking about it literally today. That Marvel's low key, like, they're doing their thing. Ironheart was really good. I was like kind of like, oh, okay, this is actually a good show.
Hmm.
And Thunderbolts was good. They're low key kind of doing their thing, man. They kind of got me back a little bit, which is good because I know that they were kind of struggling to do that for a bit. So shout out Marvel, shout out Ironheart, Riri, shout out Black creators behind the scenes,
Yeah,
Black writers,
Chinaka
Shanaka
Hudges,
Hodge, Ryan
uh,
Coogler.
Hudge, Ryan Coogler. Shout out Eyes of Wakanda coming next. I'm hyped for
Eyes
that
of
one
Wakanda
too.
looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out creatives who are not who are doing their thing and just not afraid to do it. And hopefully, we didn't talk about the release and all that and the marketing, but hopefully the lack of marketing and lack of release is overcome with just good word of mouth. So,
I mean,
uh,
my thoughts on releases. I think they released it perfectly. But the
my thoughts, bro. I think they're
mar-
trying to just put it to bed, bro. And I'm just like, that's messed up, but all right.
yeah,
I
I don't
hate
know
it.
about putting it. I don't know about putting it to bed. I think, in my opinion, just real quick, Andor season 2 proved the whole 3 episodes a week model like worked phenomenally for Andor. Like, to the point that it had the second best ratings of any Star Wars show, like ever, like second behind the Mandalorian. So it's like they obviously the 3 episodes worked for that. Maybe, Devil's Advocate, Mephisto Advocate. Maybe Disney was like, it worked really good for Andor. Let's try it with Ironheart with the 3 episodes a week. See how that fits.
I'd agree
And
with you if the marketing wasn't so sparse, Andor was everywhere, and Ironheart was just not. It could have been marketed a lot more and a lot more consistently, and a lot sooner.
True. I agree with that.
So that's why I felt like I was like, eh. And it's only 2 arcs. Andor had like 4 arcs, so that's a little more difficult. So either way, those are my thoughts. We appreciate you guys checking us out, and if you guys like the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Give us your list of the Marvel Phase 5 rankings on the comments down below. Let us know all the good stuff, and you can follow me at Squad Leader Ace, RB3.
You can follow me at Director RB3.
Either way, guys, for the first cut crew, we're gonna be peacing out. So peace. Deuces.
Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Take you out the equation. It's either me or you. You do the math. Only one can remain.